Research shows that standing up from the ground with ease is a good predictor of how long you're going to live. So here's a simple test. Can you cross your feet and stand up with no hands? Whether you pass or fail this test, working on standing up from the ground in various ways develops strength and mobility. So the ultimate goal is to avoid looking and feeling like this and to start rising from the ground more like a superhero. I'm going to take you through 10 levels, starting with easiest and moving to hardest, so you can practice a type of strength that will actually help you age gracefully. So sit down on the ground and let's get started. Level 1 is hand post and thread. By posting on one hand and one foot, we can thread the other leg through the middle and stand up. Although we use a hand for assistance, this teaches a high level of body control. Many martial artists practice a similar movement in training to be able to get down to the ground and up quickly. Start to pause in the deep squat in the transition to sneak in some lower body mobility work. Level 2 is Fisherman squat to lunge. Use your hand to help you rock forward into a half kneeling position. From here, we can transfer weight onto our front foot and bring our back leg into a lunge position to stand up. As you begin to use less hand assistance, this requires tons of mobility and control from the lower body joints. This is where coordination, mobility, and strength collide. Get really good at this one and you'll probably be set for life. Level 3 is 90-90 hip lift. Using hands for assistance, press onto the knees and bring the back leg forward into a lunge. Switch sides and repeat. What I love about this one is by removing the ankles from the equation, we have to get really strong through the hips in the first part of the movement. Because as you remove the hands and drive onto the knees, it takes above average strength from the hips in rotation. And you'll see a lot of carryover to your deep squat by getting good at this one. Level 4 is the cowboy squat with toes pointed. Rock forward to a half kneeling position, lunge yourself up, keeping the lower toes pointed to the ground. This is essentially a deep lunge without getting much help from the back leg. The front leg must do a deep squat while the back leg gets a nice stretch through the shin. You've done squats and deadlifts, but nothing prepares you for the full range of motion strength needed for this one. Level 5, cross leg stand up. Cross the legs, keeping the knees pulled towards the chest. The bottom foot that's crossed is the one that takes the majority of the weight. Use some hand assistance to shift the weight forward, press into the feet, and stand up. And this is generally one of the ones that most people can start standing up without using hands the easiest. The cross leg position gives you good leverage to stand right up, and reaching your arms far forward gives you more counterbalance to create more strength within your legs and core. Level 6 is the duck lunge rock. Tuck one knee and use a slight rock of the body to shift onto that foot. Keep the weight moving forward to find a deep lunge, stand up. Use that straight leg as a counterbalance, reaching it forward to pull you into the deep lunge. This one is no doubt challenging, but the more you learn the timing, the less strength your body has to use, and the more you can ride it through the momentum. Level 7, Eastern squat. Back to our cross leg position. This time we press the sides of our feet into the ground. As we stand up, we twist 360. This naturally switches our feet and allows us to work both sides. This one takes a unique strength from the whole lateral chain of our body. The sides of our feet and ankles must be incredibly strong to handle our whole body weight here. And as a side benefit, there's a big balance component in being able to spin and switch the feet. Level 8, pistol squat stand up. By grabbing the front foot, you create a stronger counterbalance within your body, making it slightly easier to stand up. This one is all about getting your weight shifted forward so you can use your quad and ankle optimally. Now I like this one because it demonstrates hamstring flexibility, ankle flexibility, and a high degree of single leg strength. If you can maintain this pistol squat stand up into your older years, I'm guessing you won't have many mobility problems, and heck, maybe no problems. Level 9, squat stand up. Pull the feet close to the hips and close to each other. Shift the weight forward, stand up. What this one really takes to execute is tons of hip flexion, so pulling your knees towards your chest, and tons of tibialis strength. So the muscle on the front of your shin must be really strong to pull your knees forward to get your weight over your feet. This is one that can take years to develop, but the mobility that you get from it might be worth it in the end. Final boss, level 10, the Sissy stand up. From a crab position, push the knees forward to the ground. As hands disconnect, you stand up, keeping the hip open. This one takes ultimate quad strength. You're asking them to do all the work to stand you up. And if you watch closely, I use some slight momentum of my arms to generate the force to move upward. It's cheating a bit, but boy, we're gonna need it in this one. This is the one on the list that we gotta be careful with. If your knees aren't prepared for this, it can be too much. But if you were to really slowly and gradually work up to this, it's probably the one that will make your knees the strongest. And it's a great challenge for anyone who wants to push their body control and human capabilities to the next level. So guys, I'm extremely interested to know, which level are you on? Which levels did you find interesting, and what are you excited to work on? Now look, I'm not saying you'll live forever if you can do these 10 levels, but you'll no doubt increase your movement intelligence and capabilities. I started a second channel purely for follow along routines. If you want to do one, focus on hip mobility, first link in description. And if you don't mind subscribing, I'd be much obliged.